Hey,
Back in
hey.
business. Hey, yeah, my
Uh,
goodness.
yeah, we're back with part two. First
Oh, it's
one,
something else.
had to be said. I think it's good to keep an eye on the industry, and Xbox is for love, norm, love it or hate it.
Mm.
It is a big part of the industry. It has a massive share, and Xbox is how a lot of people play their games. One of my best friends from high school, he's been an Xbox guy his entire life. I mean, his family are PC people, so he started playing games with his dad and his brother on PC. But
Mm.
his first console was Xbox, and he just never looked back. He's always had Xbox consoles. So, I should really message him. Just check how he's doing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, if it goes public, my gosh. I wonder if you have a nostalgic experience, or just fresh. I don't know.
Well,
Nostalgic, I guess.
I know
Yeah.
that we talk from time to time about Warhammer because he's a big Warhammer guy. But it'd be nice to just check on him and make sure he's okay because his whole
Yeah,
Xbox
honestly.
library is potentially.
Oh, mercy. No.
Yeah.
No. I can't believe it.
That said, Summer Game Fest had some of this month. The Summer Game Fest had some of the biggest announcements. Nintendo, some pretty good stuff. State of Play, undeniably good. Even the Xbox showcase was really good. I think we will get round to it at some point, but it had some pretty impressive trailers, some really big, some good news. This E3 period has been, ooh, my cup runneth over. It's been very good. We got stuff to eat. Mainly, a lot of the bigger titles are just all coming out in September. Like
Right.
everyone's coming out in September because November is GTA season. And whether you love it or you hate it, nobody's playing anything but GTA 6 in November, man. I don't play
Oh,
GTA games and I'm considering buying it. It's
people are
just
definitely.
that big, you know.
I gotta say, first of all, something we forgot to mention in part one. Happy birthday to Juliana.
Oh, so, yes, we're bad friends. Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Juliana. She's not here because it's her birthday. She's literally taking a bit of time to herself, having a bit of fun. I hope everything goes well. She's
Yeah,
still in Brazil. We're
yeah,
moving after that. But here's hoping she has a good time.
yeah. And another reason I bring up Juliana is because I can't remember, can't forget when we were watching Wolverine. Juliana was getting a bit squeamish, as you know. So I was like, Tom.
She doesn't do well with the bloody stuff,
Yeah,
which is crazy
yeah,
because we met Juliana years ago back when she was working with Voxel,
yeah.
her previous company, and the game that she was making was quite gritty, quite tough. It was a third person action adventure game with lots with time mechanics. You
Mm.
go through a kingdom at different points in its history, and I thought it was quite, you know, combat heavy.
Me too.
But I thinking
Really?
back,
Yeah.
yeah, there was no blood. There was no
I
actual
noticed. I was
viscera.
thinking that. Oh my goodness, people going to see it eventually, but now I think. I mean, it was pretty violent from what I saw, but it
Yeah.
was not bloody.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think yeah,
yeah,
it was combat centric, but it wasn't gory. It wasn't like a
mm,
Doom game with blood and
yeah,
and and
and that's the
you know
thing. So
where people
mm,
died, they kind of disintegrated or went to the next dimension.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect example. Oh my God, growing up watching Dragon Ball with Next Dimension language and Cartoon Network, and then eventually seeing the FU version, it had all the middle fingers sticking up and what have you, and all the blood's
Yeah.
going enough. I realized, yeah, there is definitely a sanitized version of games out there that when people step one step further, they get shot. X-Men is quite a horrific cartoon comic in some installments. And cartoon, I grew up watching laser guns. Nobody bled, and Wolverine
Yes.
he stabbed one person, the blob in his stomach, but of course nothing happened. So
Yeah,
that's
the dude with knives never cut anyone. He
yeah,
cut doors, he cut
yeah.
machines, but never any people.
Yeah,
No one of
yeah. Something's wrong with
consequence.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the people
This is gonna be good. It's
CCA.
gonna be good. Right,
Yeah.
yeah, moving forward.
Yeah.
So the first game is kind of exciting. It doesn't reveal itself until right at the end of the trailer. So watch until the end, and then when the name drops, it makes sense.
Uh-huh. There
Okay,
we go.
sharing screen.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, here we
Sorry.
are. Here we are. Right, Summer Game Fest.
I love it. Oh, give it down. I can't hear it. No sharing sound.
Quite quiet at the beginning.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Xbox?
No, this is a
You don't know?
multi-plat.
Okay, okay, I'll keep quiet. It looks PlayStation-y.
Just look very visually
Mm.
appealing. Yeah.
Oui? Qui est-ce?
That's not bad.
So, you're the American who called earlier. The sister of the man on the third floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you.
Creepy.
It's freezing. Come in. Come in. We don't
Oh,
want you to
fantastic.
catch a cold.
I like that we don't hear
I
her
hate
voice.
to say it, but
Mm.
your brother is, well, quite odd.
I,
In we go.
I'll turn tail and run right now. Say, forget this. I'm saying something else.
Reminds me of my
In we
nana.
go.
Oh, what have we got?
Good.
Cigarettes,
Oh,
camera,
Mais
reports,
quelle pagaille!
weights,
He's made such a
heavy
mess
weights,
again.
big muscles.
Think, I just cleaned it up a week ago. It's like a boulder rolled through here. Huh?
Oh,
Ah, the delightful biscuit.
Biscuit.
I'm sure he won't notice if we help ourselves. Oh, long. I'll bring some nice coffee to go with the biscuit.
equality.
Lanyard,
Yeah.
boots, belt, backpack, pills, floppy disk. Classic.
What? Floppy? Where?
Wait. Okay, wait. Right, look on the ground. Classic floppy. Oh.
Floppy! People! Probably some
Kids
people.
today,
Yeah.
recognize that as the symbol for saving, but they don't know why.
You and I know it, mate. Oh my
Yeah, man.
goodness. Floppy disk. That was the old family fun, people. Anyway.
There was something satisfying about popping them in.
Yeah. Who's this? No women, no kids. What was it?
Mm.
Oh, it's not Leon, no.
That ain't right.
Okay. We're being set up. It's a setup.
I wouldn't open the door.
Very good looking. People, if we don't finish it today, I'm coming back next week for the more. This summer fest looks very good. Oh, wow.
Don't move. Claire Redfield.
Oh my God.
Full remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica. I will say, I played the first, I played the second, but Code Veronica has a special place in my heart. That is a great game. And the
What the?
Ashcrofts.
Damn, that is hot. That was that. Yeah, wait. Give me that. Was that's Xbox, right? I mean, well, not Xbox.
No. This is going to be multi-plat. This is all over. Because remember,
Oh, okay, right.
Resident Evil started on PlayStation. Don't know whether it's a PlayStation exclusive, but it might be it's probably going to be a multi-plat. This is Summer Games Fest, and most of these games are going to be multi-plats. Yeah, very exciting. Looks good,
Ah,
and it's Code Veronica was a weird one because it was the first big
mm,
spin-off game. It wasn't a named title. There was Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2,
yeah.
Resident Evil 3. Then there was Code Veronica, and Code Veronica
Yes.
occurred notably like off the main story arc. You
Mm,
had classic characters. You had Claire Redfield from the second game, but it was her exploring a different area. We weren't in Raccoon City anymore. So it
mm,
began the kind of web of multiple games shooting off, adding to the lore.
right. Oh my God. That is so good. See, the thing is, sometimes, yeah, without getting lost in the lore too much because of time, just about the look. First of all, it looked like Xbox quality, Xbox One quality. But
Mm.
there's something about the PlayStation, especially after we watched the Nintendo State of Play. There's something about the PlayStation. Wow, look at that! Look at that! It just looks so real. I can't put my finger on it, but
Mm. It's
I
just,
think
it's a
it's
little
listening to
it's little discrepancies on her skin, like she looks a little
yeah,
sweaty, a little bit discolored, like she's been in the sun for a bit. She
that's the
looks
thing.
natural, like
Yeah,
not
that's the thing. So
painted on.
yeah, but when
Still
we went to
attractive,
the
but she's like they're trying to push forward the idea of realism.
yeah, and that's the thing. Well, the PlayStation games have I can see the polygons a lot more. I don't know if this is me
Mm.
or it is a frame rate. I don't know. I just noticed, but with but this of course this is multi-class, so it's just good quality production altogether.
I think so.
Finishing if you will. And but I remember when I was working on the Xbox, well, playing the Xbox, testing games if you will. I was just constantly just doing double takes, just looking at how does Xbox compare to PlayStation? There's something about Xbox quality graphics that's just a bit, at the time at least, that was just a bit more movie standard. It's like I can watch, you know, you watch a movie these days and you kind of can't tell where the CGI ends
Well,
and
I think that it switched. I think when it started, Xbox pushed for more powerful graphics. Like Xbox games earlier on, they were better than PlayStation's.
Mhm.
PlayStation went cinematically true, but Xbox lent into like really impressive, yeah, environments, really impressive character designs. But their ethos changed because great graphics are wonderful in single players, but multiplayer, that's just a much more of a strain on the device. And as Xbox built its identity around multiplayer, around online development, because their online networks were better, later
Mhm.
games, I thought PlayStation looked better because
Mhm.
they leaned into the single player cinematic environment. That was what they became known for. Whereas
Mhm.
Xbox games did feel a little bit grainier, a little bit dirtier, but they would be much better in multiplayer, especially over
Mhm.
the internet.
Yes, I see what you
So,
mean. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what happened. As for the game itself, so that's everything around it. Obviously, anything else around it, the impact this has on pop culture. Given and I, with Juliana actually went karaoke, and I was belting out Killswitch Engage from I think the Biohazard movie. The it was Biohazard, right? The first Resident Evil movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they it did end with heartache. But that to me it was an ode of what this whole series spawned. It really. What did it, in your opinion, game? What did Resident Evil do for the zombie lore
Well,
or the zombie?
it wasn't the first survival horror game by any measure. There were earlier survival horror games, but
Mm,
it codified a certain way of doing them. Tank controls, claustrophobic environment, the idea that you didn't have to kill everything, you just had to escape it. But being
mm,
trapped in a specific location with enemies and that claustrophobia was really, really self-evident with the Biohazard, the Japanese name, or Resident Evil, the European and American names. Um, I think that it pushed it more into the public sphere. It was the first big budget, the first really well known, really successful survival horror game. That's why some people attribute the series to the creation of the genre. Alone in the Dark came first. There were other games like
Right.
standalone games, Clock Tower and the like on earlier devices, on earlier consoles. But Alone in the Dark was the first to really codify survival horror. But that series has never done really well. It's always been a bit of a niche thing, kind of the baby brother, the pilot, the
Mm.
testing phase, rather than the success of Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil, for its strength, started off with a pretty cohesive story. There was a
Yes.
engaging tale. This wasn't just like, oh, monsters. It was, why are this is happening? Who can we trust? Where are the secrets? It was a detective noir, like a mystery game with
Yes.
horror monsters. The locations were as important to the story as the characters, but everything wove together really well. You started off in a mystery game, then it was a bit of a survival game, and then it was an action game by the end where you got these giant behemoths and you're firing rockets and magnums at them. So you got, it catered to a lot of experiences. And it's just done really, really well. The
Yeah.
stories become a bit bloated, but periodically they kind of reset. They go back to a simple game with an experience, and people love those. One and two, very, very successful. Four, they
Yep.
got rid of all the story, the Code Veronica stuff, and went back to a basic story. That was successful. Five and six added the bloat back in, the story good but not great, and then seven again. We rebooted again, but the series won't die because they're willing to take risks. We had a tank control third isometric view originally. Then four was one of the first games to really pilot the over-the-shoulder action, and
Yeah.
seven
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
first person. So they're moving with the times. It's very good.
Yeah.
Right, moving along.
Thanks for breaking down to the
This one
pieces.
I think is going to be successful, and it's one that I
Yeah.
really like.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, now what are we dealing with here?
Sorry. I've turned off the sound.
Oh, sorry.
Guided by
My
long
fault.
ago, a shadow fell upon our planet. Guided by calamity, one man sought dominion through reunion. By his will, a star fell. A meteor called forth to bring ruin to all. But our planet answered, awakening mighty weapons to stand against this celestial threat. Now, hope endures in those who fight.
All right, I don't have to say
Long story short, world's in
Pardon?
So yeah, I don't have to say anything. Yeah, I can see the
Has been for a while.
So what are we waiting for? Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
Look at that Fortnite.
You're mine. I'll make this quick. Good night.
The sky's the limit!
I can do this. I'll make you proud.
Just ain't your day.
Oh my, is that a weapon I see?
Far as I can tell, these things don't distinguish between friend and foe.
Save the planet by killing her protectors. Let us put your faith to the test, Cloud.
Cool. Where is Saja? I gotta get Saja up in here. Saja, where are you? What are you
Oh
doing?
man, this is it. This is it. When the first game came out, Final Fantasy VII, we had 3 discs. It was enormous, staggeringly big game for the time. It was so big, it needed multiple discs. We hadn't had that since like the age of the floppy.
Yeah.
And when they started doing when they announced the remake, every console generation, people have been clamoring, begging for a remake of 7. Every generation, they're like, we want more 7. We want you to do 7 with the better graphics. When they announced Remake, the first game, oh, the elation, the joy. It is
Yes.
such a good game. And I'm still playing through the second
Oh,
one.
right,
I'm
right now.
slowly piecemealing it out. But this is it. This is
Yeah.
the culmination of years of work, of building upon what was successful in the first, what worked in the second, kind of tailoring the game, making it great. And it's the end of the story, man. The end of this new story. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be
Oh
absolutely
my God,
amazing.
the revelation, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Last, wait, how many years ago did the original remake came out? Because the remake was out during Tokyo Game Show. We supposed to talk to Sergio about that, I think. Didn't we? Because I remember
Um,
you with that giant sword at the Tokyo Game Show.
Final
And you had
Fantasy
the cloud sword, I think.
VII Remake. Okay, Final Fantasy VII 2020. Remake
Oh,
came out in 2020 and Rebirth.
yes. But that's still sorry.
Rebirth came
So
out 2024,
yeah, we
4 years
were
later.
Game Show last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went last year, so it was out then. But the Final Fantasy at the game Tokyo Game Show we saw was Final Fantasy 14, was the online
Mm,
one because they had the huge life-size chocobo you could ride.
yeah, yeah. Oh, oh yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So
We got to get Sasha back in here. This is it. I mean, Final Fantasy VII in three not readers, three revisitations over the past 5 years, well, 6 years now. And this is a very important title, of course. No, guys, I'm gonna confess to you, Cardinal Sin, not
oh
played the not played the game. I've not finished the game. All right, but so it's one of those things that even though I've not really been I've not been badged with the completion medal, I feel somehow really connected to the game. I don't know. I guess it's pathetic to say you like The Godfather if you haven't seen it, but it's
no,
not the
no,
same.
it's not because some art basically defines a genre. It's so big, it transcends its own medium. Final Fantasy VII isn't a game, it's a cultural touch point. It's a place
Yeah,
where gamers and people who enjoy stories, people who are people who are worried about the environment and politics can come and
yeah,
connect. It's like The Godfather isn't so much a movie as a piece of work that reflects identity. People can
mm,
draw a lot from it as a work of art. I watched The Godfather, and yeah, the mafioso, the kind of crime aspect is interesting, but I think it's more of a wonderful tale about a man who is introduced to a life and bigger than himself. He has to join this world. The first one is him joining the world. The second one is him taking control of that world. And the third one, which people don't like, but I think is important, is him
yeah,
moving from that world into legitimacy. He turns out, he's built an industry, a company, and it's more successful outside of crime than it is. He's making more money with legitimate enterprises
yeah,
than not. So he tries to move people out of the crime, but his life is so steeped in blood and violence that that blood and violence permeates his children and his future. And a man born of blood is just succumbs to it. I think that is a wonderful. That's
arc.
what I took away from the story. The three films as a whole, as an arc, and at no point did the crime factor into it because that can work for anybody. Someone who takes certain steps to rise will be bound to those steps. The sins of the father will be passed on to the son.
Yeah, yeah, that is a lesson to learn. Yeah, 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 it's so true. I feel a similar way about Django in that when it comes to certain subject matter, some people are, like, just calm down. Look at the story.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
so,
yeah, is it Django? I haven't seen Django Unchained. I've seen bits of it.
really,
I certainly know the story. I know
I
what it's
like it.
about. I haven't
Mhm.
seen the movie, but I can absolutely know that it's an amazing tale, and a lot of people have
Mhm.
drawn from it and engaged with it. Final Fantasy VII is the same. Even if you haven't played the
Yeah.
game, you can't be a gamer without understanding its importance.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. This is so true. Same thing with true books. Shining, another one, for example. I haven't read The
Oh
Shining
yeah.
through, but you got to know about it. and it's like that. So yeah, when this happened, of course there are other examples. So with this particular game right here, sorry people, that's quite a tangent, but the deal is, this particular revisitation of
Cutting your
Final
head
Fantasy
off.
7. Oh, sorry. Yes. No, oh, am I
You seem to be so
too?
high, you're cutting your head off.
Oh my God. Let me have a look at what I'm doing. Sorry, people. I lost my sight of myself. There you go. Yeah. When it comes to
Yay!
Final Fantasy, yeah. As you said, oh my goodness. We have, yeah, excuse me, what am I saying? So it's a bit like Street Fighter 2. You know, they kept making Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Fighter 2. It's like, I just like Street Fighter 3 already. And then eventually they moved on. But and then when that happened, you're like, we need you to come into the 3D world properly, not EX plus Alpha, but you know. And then finally Street Fighter 4 came along, and there you are. So here we are with Final Fantasy 7 with Cloud jumping out of a plane looking like Fortnite or something. Or Tears of the Kingdom, which again also looks like Fortnite. You've got an visitation of different eras in gaming, and this is a beautiful thing, right? RPGs. That game in particular, JRPGs, who I spoke to Japanese people about JRPGs. Not all of them are so touchy about the title, you know. So, but that being said, yeah, that game very significant, and this is one thing I love about enduring franchises, enduring title, IPs, or whatever, is when they keep with the times, which is very important. That's why those are like Quentin Tarantino's movies actually, because the Quentin Tarantino Pulp Fiction had to change by the time Kill Bill came out, by the time Django came out. Cinema changes, and you have to, if you want if you really want it's like a family line lives on through its children, and every child changes with each generation. You can't have the father living on forever and ever, just trying to, you know, Wolverine's an interesting example of what happens when you get you adamantium poisoning. But ultimately, when it comes down to this particular title, it's the same. It's the same game world. Each fantasy different, but it's adapted. A bit like what we have with Ocarina of Time, what we just reviewed last week. You're gonna well, we don't know what's gonna happen with that game yet, but I'm sure they're gonna try it and say we can't just tell the same story. We gotta make it for today's demographic. And as Juliana was saying, that may not even be the same age bracket as we were dealing with when it first dropped. You're dealing with people who knew it from back then. And if you want to hit the new age demographic, you got to get with them. So this is what happened with Shenmue 3. I didn't play it all the way. My brother got it for me for Christmas, first time I came to the company. And oh my gosh, I cried for everybody. But I got the game. Sadly, I didn't finish it. No, that's crazy. I had my Shenmue head, but eventually I lost hold of it, and then I had to move, and then I got life just went left. Let's just say.
That's the story of everything, man.
But, yeah, and long story short, a lot of people complain about Shenmue 3. When I first played the first few moments of it on the channel, yeah, I was like, no. Even you Suzuki himself said, man, this is a 6 out of 10. But I mean, I'll play it anyway, but it's just because being a product of your time, you don't want that to pull it down. If you're making Shenmue 3, I mean, if you make Shenmue 4, after all, they made Shenmue 3 again, like remastered apparently, and it's a bit better. But even so, you gotta, even when you're telling an old story again, you gotta adapt it. It's a very funny thing. That's what I want to ask you again, but Dan, what do you think is gonna come of this particular title? Yeah, I just kind of went
It's
off. Yeah, so what do you think?
the remake in the first chapter, Final Fantasy VII Remake, is kind of pulling double duty because it is a remake of the original game, but it's also a remake of the
Mm.
story. They baited and switched the fans. Some fans were angry because it wasn't a one-for-one story retelling of the story. It was a new story born of Final Fantasy VII. And I think that was the smartest thing that they could have done because just retelling the story again, beat for beat, people would have been happy. People would have been happy. They would have bought it. They would have liked the new mechanics. They would have liked the new graphics. But this is well trodden ground. This is well worn ground. People know the story of Seven. Seven is a cultural touchstone. Just doing a simple remake wasn't enough. They had to inject new life into it to give it new breath, and that's what they did. And I think it worked really, really well. Um,
Mm.
it's it did send the series off in a different direction. I, for one, have enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed this new direction. I think it's clever, and I really liked it, and it's made me go back to the original one and replay the original one bit by bit. You know, I played the original one a number of times. I've finished that game at least 5 times. I've like level 99, gotten all the materia well, at least twice. So I've put in over 1,000 hours into that game. You know,
Thank you. That's a good part.
across my entire life. In my entire
Oh,
life,
okay.
I've put in hundreds of hours in each run through. So yeah, depends. But I think this was a really good take. I think it's a really good game, and it works. It works well for what it is. Injecting new life into the series. It's it was done well, but the third one, they've got to nail it. They've got to kind of pull it off. The first one was good, flawed. Second one was better. Third one, there's a lot of expectations. Because this game is so important to the cultural zeitgeist, it's so relevant. People want to make sure that it works. And it's always challenging remaking or improving on a game that's so relevant, so kind of resonant with people. Like,
Yeah.
people make some of these games part of their identity, saying like, "Oh, we're going to go back and remake Street Fighter 2." Hold on a moment there. That's, the game is like sacrosanct. It's a religious experience at this point. The game, I mean, Turbo basically changed fighting games. 2 established what fighting games could be. It codified it. And 2, Turbo was Capcom actively listening to the fans, who took a fan game and made it the standard. It showed like such a connection between the audience and the developer. Final Fantasy VII, I think, has to be. I want it to land. I want it to be good, but I couldn't say what it should or it shouldn't be, because I want to see how it plays out. I want the creators to tell the story they want to tell. I don't like it when, fans step in and go, "No, you can't do this, you can't do this." I'm like, well, they can, it's theirs.
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
they should is different. Whether it's successful is the point.
Amen.
Let them tell the game they want to tell, and if it lands or it doesn't, that's on them.
Yeah, this is it. For those of you who are numerology
Right, we are
aficionados.
running out of time though. We're going to move on to the next
Oh,
trailer because
Sorry,
we've got a
yeah.
lot to cover, ground to
Oh,
cover.
what was I saying? Oh, bloody hell. I was going to say 7 is a number of perfection, people. You got to get it right.
Yeah, 7 is so.
This far without you guys. And I won't let you down.
Aerith's death is a touch point for an entire generation.
I promise.
At last, the promise is fulfilled. The journey ends here.
This is it.
Well, damn.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Remake, rebirth, revelation. The end of this new story.
Oh my god, I can't believe
Right, this
it.
one. This is going to be good. This is going to be so good. For a new story from the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian.
Movie. Yes. Read Canada, then. I don't want to make up my mind anymore. Unbelievable, It's just too good. It's just too good to. I mean, the graphics. It's like what the hell?
Beautiful, absolutely
That blew my
beautiful. So
mind.
the creator of this
Yeah.
is the renowned creator of Ico, which was a seminally well received game, quite an esoteric one. It was a unique story about a kid who was ferrying a girl across a dangerous landscape. It was frustrating because your gameplay was tied to an NPC.
Mm.
You were part of this world. You had to engage with it in order to survive. It was also Shadow of the Colossus, famously a quite a simple but beautiful game where you travel across a desolate, broken world, finding these giant creatures, climbing them, traversing them to find a weak point and pick at them. It's like a mouse taking down a person. Um,
Mm.
and the last one was Last Guardian, which had an incredibly well developed, intuitive organism, a creature called a guardian, which is like a cat, dog, rabbit, bird thing, and you had to traverse land using it. I think this is going to be like a sci-fi version of that. We see the head is constantly used in the artwork. In the first trailer, the head was prominent. And here we see that you can pilot the head independently, but you can land the head on old, decayed bodies, like these giant mechas, and
Okay.
control the mecha using your own head as the controlling point. We saw the heads, these giant things fighting one another. But they all have these
Okay.
little grids across them. Everything has these little pathways you can
Absolutely.
climb, giving a sense of tangible realness, a bigness. Like you have to traverse these things to turn the switches and control them. But we see them fighting one another. Here you running around, climbing in. You can climb in and use a gun to pick away at the weak points, or you can pilot one of these things and go rock'em sock'em robots with it.
Oh my God. Give me that. We should do it on part three. We're gonna get
Yeah, we'll
part
do part three. Right,
three
we'll
of
be
us.
back with part three, but ooh, this is beautiful.
Oh my God. We'll be right back.
We'll be
Peace.
back soon.